Welcome into another telecast of LMC Varsity Sports alongside Rob Moretti. I'm Troy McGraw, and we are here at Rhinebeck High School as we have a semifinal matchup between the number 5 Putnam Valley Tigers and the number 1 seeded Rhinebeck Panthers. And it wasn't so easy yesterday in the quarterfinals for the Panthers, Rob.
No, not at all. A game that was tied, go to the 6th inning. They put a little rally together, and, you know, it's playoff time. That's what you're going to need. I think that's going to be another key for Rhinebeck today. They need to hit. They scored 13 runs in an earlier season meeting against Putnam Valley. They need, even if they can put on half of that total, if Olivia Dunn can throw today the way she threw yesterday, Rhinebeck should be going to the finals.
And they won that game 13-3, but it's a whole new season here in the playoffs. And, they run through Olivia Dunn, and if she can have a good game like she did yesterday, you said she was pitching smoke there.
Absolutely. Her velocity was definitely good. A couple of walks along the way, maybe not her best day in terms of command, but still plenty enough to shut down the Magnus bats. And, fatigue could be a factor here on both sides because both of these teams played yesterday, second game, back-to-back playoff pressure. It's going to be interesting to see how these pitchers react to it.
And that's because of the rain out on Monday. The quarterfinals got rained out Monday, so they went back-to-back yesterday, the quarterfinals and the semifinals today because of that rain out on Monday. So when we get back, we'll have the opening pitch next here on LMC Varsity Sports.
And now the starting lineup for the visiting Tigers from Putnam Valley. At shortstop, number 7, Allie Dick. Third base, number 26, Susanna Granieri. Number 9, outfielder, Emma London. Number 2, first baseman, Rebecca Morrow. Number 15, on the mound, Emily McKenna. Number 21, second baseman, Megan O'Leary. Number 10, outfielder, Jessica Pierce. Behind the plate, number 16, Alex Waters. And outfielder, number 8, Keiko Waters. The Tigers are coached by Coach Finsmith and Nemechek. And now the starting lineup for your Rhinebeck Panthers. Pitching, Olivia Dunn, number 9. In center field, number 33, Jessica Santoli. Catching, number 6, Sam Yanuzzi. Number 34 at third base, Alana Prudian. At first base, number 22, Alicia Rodriguez. Number 11 at shortstop, Alexa Garcia. Number 7, Jamie Straza. In right field, number 10, Mary Cintron. At second base, number 31, Marissa Santoli. And at flex, number 23, Lisa Bianco. The Panthers are coached by Coach Spadafino and Spadafino. Today's game is being scored by Miss Julie Ainello.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Rob Moretti, and Rob will give the lineups and defense now.
For Putnam Valley, Megan O'Leary will lead off. This is not the order that was given in the pregame ceremonies. That was alphabetical. It's O'Leary leading off at second base, Keiko Waters in center, Susanna Granieri at third, Allie Dick at short, Alex Waters catching, Emma Longden in left, Rebecca Marrow at first, Jessica Pierce in right, and the starting pitcher, Emily McKenna, an 8th grader, bats 9th for Putnam Valley. And in the field for the Rhinebeck Panthers, left field to right, Lisa Bianco, Jessica Santoli, Mary Cintron, infield third to first, Alana Prudian, Alexa Garcia, Marissa Santoli, and Alicia Rodriguez, Sam Yanuzzi behind the plate, and of course Olivia Dunn inside the circle as the infielders converge on Dunn. And they'll get set for first pitch here. Beautiful day, Charlie.
Yeah, great weather, Rob, for softball. As the first Monday's quarterfinal was rained out, so they played yesterday, so they're playing on back-to-back days, quarterfinal semis. But what a difference 2 days makes.
And actually the right move. You want to criticize back-to-back days, but thunderstorms in the forecast for tomorrow, so today's a perfect day to get some games in.
Radar Rob with the weather. In his next life, Rob will be a meteorologist. As leading off for the Tigers from Putnam Valley will be Megan O'Leary, second baseman, and she immediately fouls the first pitch back of Olivia Dunn. It'll be O'Leary, Kiko Waters, and Susanna Graneri and Allie Dick, if one person could get on to lead off the game for the Tigers. That one fouled off, 0-2 quickly.
Steady diet of fastballs coming in from Olivia Dunn. See if her velocity is affected going back-to-back days.
And that one is too high, 1-2. Dunn's 1-2 pitch to the second baseman. O'Leary will be swung on and missed. Strike 3, 1 away. Nice pitch there from Dunn for the first out of the game.
And she went with a little breaking pitch there, fading away from the right-handed batter, and it's exactly what you're looking for there, a reach, strike 3.
Yesterday when they won 4-1, she have what was her strikeout total about?
I think 8.
8? That's pretty good.
Actually kind of low for Dunn. She typically does hit double digits.
But the key thing is she only gave up the 1 run, which was 1-1 until the 6th. That must have been nice. Not only did they get that go-ahead run, as that one's fouled back in the 6th, but they got 3 to make it 4-1, and then they won 4-1.
3-run rally there, kind of a passing the baton kind of inning. One after another. Really, Sam Yanuzzi spooked them with that double that was almost over the wall. Might have played a factor.
As that swung on and missed by the lefty Kiko Waters, center fielder. Yeah, you said Yanuzzi shot almost, it went as far as possible without going out.
Yeah, right below the yellow stripe on the outfield left field fence.
If it hits the yellow stripe, it's not out. It's got to go above it.
It has to go over.
Yeah. As that one is hit to left field, going back on it and not able to make the play is Lisa Bianco, who's just in for her defense as it gets by her and she's not able to see it off the bat well. And what do you score that, Rob?
E7.
Yeah, it was off the glove. She misplayed
high
it.
Pop.
And then,
she knows she should have caught it right off the webbing.
That's what I was thinking, but I want to see what
and out in left field with a pitcher like Dunn, left-handed batter, in left field you have to be ready.
She was shallow.
They do tend to shade their outfielders for the hitters to go the other way, Rhineck does.
She had it lined up, but it went off the glove of her. That's the key that makes it an error, going off the glove. Flat out dropping it.
Yeah, unless you're laying out, diving, then you might get the benefit of the doubt.
Swung on and missed the power pitch. So Waters on second after reaching on the E7. And the drop by Lisa Bianco. A misjudged in the action with the wind and the little bit of the sun, but Susanna Graneri swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout for Dunn. Both swinging, and that'll bring up Allie Dick, the shortstop. The senior cleanup hitter. Putnam Valley has 9 seniors on their roster, but as Rob mentioned, has the 8th grader in the circle, and Emily McKenna. As she
and Waters on deck, the catcher. She's a 9th grader, so some youth in some key positions. 13-7 record though for Putnam Valley, so clearly winning ways.
As where Rhineck has 2 junior captains, Olivia Dunn and Samantha Yanuzzi, pitcher and catcher, where it's a freshman and an 8th grader. And then Kiko Waters, the starting center fielder who's on second, who had who reached on the error, is also a freshman. is where Rhinebeck has no freshmen on the team.
Well, I don't know. They have a couple of JV call-ups. Not sure. Haven't been given their grades.
And that one grounded to second, and making the play is Marissa Santoli. So that'll be a error. Runner left on base and no runs here in the top of the first. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. No score. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Rob Moretti, who will give the lineup and defense now.
Rhinebeck, Olivia Dunn stepping into the batter's box. She leads off, followed by Jessica Santoli, Sam Yanuzzi, Alana Prudian, Alicia Rodriguez in the 5-hole, Alexa Garcia, Jamie Straza, the DP, batting for Lisa Bianco. Mary Singtron and Marissa Santoli rounds out the lineup. Tigers in the field left to right, Longden, Waters, and Pierce. Third to first, Granieri, Dick, O'Leary, and Marrow. And Waters behind the plate catching the 8th grader, Emily McKenna.
And McKenna will be set, and she'll put the pitch right down the middle to Dunn. 0-1. So it'll be Dunn, Jessica Santoli, and Sam Yanuzzi, as Rob mentioned, to start. And Alana Prudian will bat cleanup if anyone gets on. And Dunn rips this one. Just foul. Just foul. Good call by the umpire right on it. Just foul. 0-2. A long foul. A long strike.
That was nearly a leadoff double, off by about 6 inches, but clearly foul, right call. And the three umpires today, Charlie. Semifinals. Extra pair of eyes on the field.
Makes it easier to make a call like that.
Well, the home plate umpire should have had that call right either way.
Yeah, but if there's only 2 umpires, there's one in the middle.
Right. Well, no, he stands behind first base with bases empty.
Yeah, but still, that would have mattered. It's Dunn skies one to center. Kiko Waters is there, and the freshman Waters will make the catch for the first out. So a loud foul ball goes 6 inches foul by Olivia Dunn, and then she skies one to center, and the other pitcher is retired to start the bottom of the first with Jessica Santoli batting now. Winner of this will be in the finals and play Saturday at North Rockland against either number 2 Westlake or number 3 Valhalla. The only 2 teams to beat Rhinebeck.
And of course we did both of those games, so they're 1 and 2 on LMC Varsity Sports this year, and
looking to be 500 if they can win this.
18-0 with us not here.
As that was a looping liner to second, caught by the second baseman, Megan O'Leary. 2 quick outs for the 8th grader, Emily McKenna, and that'll bring up the catcher, Sam Yanuzzi, who Rob mentioned nearly left the yard yesterday, but got the the rally started with the double.
I mean, you couldn't come any closer to hitting a home run. If she hit it any higher, probably would have lipped over the fence.
Catcher and star volleyball player who was nominated for Play of the Year, a game I called with her great one-handed save. What was it, Satter?
Yeah, well, diving. Yeah. And then also played a ball successfully off the ceiling. Same play, same point.
Which can only happen in volleyball with the ceiling. And that's right down the middle for a strike, but good spot as that one was tough to drive. Where was that shot yesterday she hit? To left center?
Probably about 2 sections over from the 206 sign.
So basically straight away left.
Yep.
Yeah. 1-1 count to Yanuzzi. Is grounded past the third baseman. And that will be...
I'm going single.
With a hard single.
That ball was roped.
It went under the glove. I don't think it was barely touched, if it was, by the third baseman, Susanna Granieri. May have got a piece of it, but I don't think so.
I think she did get a piece of it, but just barely tipped it.
Yeah, it was ripped.
A lot of the scoring is subjective. Yeah. We're not official here, but...
It's like that ball ripped by Ricky Weeks Jr. after that pitch right down the middle on Friday, the Yankee game, where they called it a ball, even though it should have been strike 3. He rips the ball to, what's his name, third, the backup, Torreyes, and it goes right by him. But you got to give it a hit for how hard it was hit. And that's on the inside corner, almost called before it landed. As this is Alana Prudian, third baseman. And that one is hit right back at the pitcher, and the 8th grader McKenna will throw out Prudian, and it'll be a 1 hit, 1 left on base, and at the end of 1, it is 0-0 here at Rhinebeck. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Rob Moretti, I'm Troy McGraw. Our cameramen are Jeff Rado, the Sean Kelly, the cameraman, not the relief pitcher, and back from college, Noah Velasquez. As Rob is also the LMC Varsity Sports community producer. One of our last games of this season.
Could be our last one.
Most likely, right?
Unless there's
That's a
a
ball.
regional or state game we get to.
The only teams left are
Two softball teams, that's it.
Mamaroneck softball, which almost made it off. Well, a tough decision for you. If Clarkstown South had held on, they were up 8-6, right?
Yep.
Going into
in
the
the
bottom
quarters.
of the 7th against Yorktown. Yorktown tied in and then they hit a walk-off homer, which is a game we did earlier in the year. Yorktown beat Mamaroneck. They're playing at Yorktown now, but Mamaroneck beat them in the playoffs last year. Yorktown had the game this season was like a playoff game to Yorktown because they had lost the earlier last year. They lost the playoffs. So as Dunn's 1-2 pitch will be fouled off, still 1-2. So they are playing in the AA semifinals against Yorktown. Number 6 Mamaroneck, number 2 Yorktown, excuse me. With Mamaroneck upset number 3 John J. East Fishkills 3-1. So there were some pictures. That was a nice field they had. You saw those pictures on Twitter, Rob?
Yeah, great softball in this town, huh?
Yeah.
2 semifinalists.
The 2 high schools have 2 softball semifinalists. And that one is grounded, pass done to the third baseman, Prudian, and she is safe. Beating out the throw was Alex Waters. That's a single on a slow hit ball. Looks like a swinging bunt by the catcher, Alex Waters, who beat it out with her hustle as Prudian couldn't make the play as it just got past Dunn.
Yeah, it wasn't very hard hit. As soon as it got past Dunn, you knew she was smelling hit. And there you go.
Easily beat it. Can't fault Prudian there as that was just perfectly placed past Dunn, and Dunn will pitch it. The bunt is popped up and Yanuzzi will make the play, 1 away. So the sack bunt comes back to bite Putnam Valley as they can't put it down, and it's an FO2 as Yanuzzi makes the catch and there's 1 away. It was a good pitch on the bunt.
It was a good pitch, and it's harder in softball to get that bunt down sometimes because of the rising fastball with the underhand pitching angle. It's a lot easier to get underneath it.
First baseman Rebecca Merrill bats 7th, and she's up now. A couple tall players on Putnam Valley. Her and the shortstop Dick. So it'll be an 0-1 as she fouled that one off. Especially to bunt on a pitcher like Olivia Dunn, it's tough because of her movement and how fast she throws, Rob.
By the same token, though, she's tough to hit, so when you get a runner on, you do want to try to move them up.
Looked like it was a hit and run. As it's hit foul, though, as Merrill fouls it off. Interesting number for first baseman, number 2.
Probably a Derek Jeter fan.
Yep. Won't be able to say that much anymore as most of the players coming up and stuff barely got to see Jeter.
Can you make
Play
me
too
feel
much
any
in
older,
a couple-
Charlie?
Well, when he was first called up, I was 5, 6. Rob was much older at the age of 10 or 11.
I was 7.5.
Well, 8 and a half. Strike 3, swing and Marrow, and Yanuzzi looks for the double play, but they can't get Waters in time. So there's 2 away with Jessica Pierce, the right fielder, due up for the Tigers here in the top of the 2nd.
That was a 3rd strikeout on the afternoon by Dunn.
All swinging. And that one is foul off behind them in Mamaroneck, with the speed of behind the Putnam Valley bench dugout. With all the speed thrown by Dunn, there's going to be a lot of foul balls hit into those woods by Putnam Valley.
You almost wonder if they should put a net up there or something to help collect them.
And that one is high. Yanuzzi looks back the runner.
Then I guess you compare the cost of a case of softball versus the cost of putting up netting. I haven't done that analysis.
Nor will you.
Nope.
As that will be off the glove of the second baseman, Santoli, and she'll just hold it, so that'll be a base hit.
Because that ball was ripped. And going with it with 2 strikes, because there was 2 outs, was the runner, Waters. So since she was moving on the contact, she was able to advance to second. And Pierce with the rip single, a near play of the week nominee, Marissa Santoli can't make the play, and this will bring up the 9-hitter, Emily McKenna, the pitcher, looking to help herself here.
That would have been some catch.
Yeah, that was a nice play, especially from where she was standing too. So that's a strike. But that would have been interesting if there wasn't 2 outs to see what the runner would have done.
Probably get doubled off.
Well, yeah, if it's caught, she would have got doubled off. But I was wondering how far she'd be going, because there was a liner, but it would look like it was going to be a hit all the way.
Guys, you all have to stand and know who you're sitting as, because everyone's moving there because we can't see.
Emily McKenna's up.
And that'll be an 0-2 to her.
To the foul balls.
Rhinebeck parents always very vocal, asking us to move. Gotta stand and see the action. This is an obstructed field, sort of. As that is strike 3,
Swung on and missed by McKenna. So both runners strand after having singles, and it is still 0-0. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following the escape by Olivia Dunn on a couple of base hits. We enter the bottom of the second. 5, 6, 7, Rodriguez, Garcia, and Straza.
Elisa Rodriguez will take that pitch for ball 1.
Against the 8th grader McKenna.
2 different pitchers there. McKenna about 20 miles per hour slower than Dunn. We saw that Gianna Magrino on Saturday, the game they did against New Rochelle, against the New Rochelle pitcher. The speed difference is almost the same as these 2 here.
Right, and when you don't throw that fast, you need to spot it better, rely a bit more on movement. Problem with that is sometimes you don't throw as many strikes, put some runners on.
And the problem with that was Mamaroneck jumped on the slow pitching in the first inning, and they won that game. As Goldstein
Had a homer. They won that game 6-0.
Jumping on the slow speed pitcher, as that's a strike. Bottom of the second, 0-0.
It's the Panthers coached by Joan and Frank Spadafino. Joan coaching third, Frank coaching first.
And that will be bounced.
And Rodriguez on the 3-1 pitch walks for just the second base runner, albeit the second inning. As Yanuzzi had that single that was ripped through the side.
Rhinebeck's second base runner, but base runner last inning got on with 2 outs. Now with, see the bunt there. So we'll see if Rhinebeck can move Rodriguez along the bases, try to break across for the game's first run here.
Smart possibly to bunt, but she won't hear, and she'll float it over the infield. They had them playing shallow with the idea of the bunt.
And Rodriguez with Garcia with the bloop single over the left side, and that'll move up Rodriguez to second.
So it's first and second, no outs, and definitely give the bunt a try here with Straza.
Possibly.
That's a classic strategy there, right? Show bunt, draw them in, hit it over them.
Strike right down the middle. Got to be swinging at that pitch. Although it was a decent spot. 0-1.
Seven, 8, 9 up now with
5 and 6 on first and second. That's a base hit up the middle by the designated player, Jamie Straza, and Elisa Rodriguez will score
standing up for the first run of the game. So an RBI single right back up the middle from the designated player, Jamie Straza, and it is quickly 1-0 Panthers. If they can get a couple more, that might be all
they need with Dunn on the mound, but the bottom of the lineup did get 2 runners on base last inning for Putnam Valley, so you want as many runs as possible.
As the 8-hitter here, Mary Cintron from the right fielder is up as Coach
Spadafino gives us a
really in is Susanna Granieri.
make them think the bunt's possible. Some late signs given by Coach Spadafino as Frank, I don't know, did she miss a sign wrong?
Well, it happens.
Now she bunts and she'll pop it up foul. Maybe she missed it on 0-0.
But it's now 0-2 nonetheless. If you bunt it foul, that's strike 3.
Go, Mary.
Tough spot now, 0-2 to Mary Cintron, the 8-hitter, and she'll hit a pop-up to the shortstop, Dick. And why did the umpires not call an infield fly, Rob?
I was just thinking the exact same thing.
We had 3 umpires who made it as the semifinal umpires. I know they were short on umpires. They might not be as quality, you know.
I don't know
but
if
they're
they
supposed
thought
to have
that
the
was
best.
hit too deep or what.
They must have
but
misjudged
that's a
it.
textbook infield
They
fly
might have misjudged
situation.
it, but it wasn't an infield fly and they didn't call it.
And that could have been embarrassing if they dropped that. They could have got a double play if they dropped that, because she could have maybe tagged,
Oh, definitely could have thrown to third and thrown back to second.
or she could have tagged her out. And then, yeah.
Tagged out Garcia. That's a strike right down the middle. Nonetheless, it's a fly out to short as Marissa Santoli up with 2 strikes, no balls. The second baseman with 1 run in on the RBI single by Jamie Straza, who's still at first.
And ball high, 1-2. Decent strike zone by the umpire behind the plate, but why is that not an infield fly?
I simply don't know.
And Garcia's safe. It's not a stolen base because it got by. It was that pass ball. She dropped it, right, and then threw it?
I'll go pass ball on that one.
Yeah, pass ball. So advancing a second and third on the pass ball. Just 1 pass ball.
You don't get it twice.
Right, you don't
Straza to second.
You get 1 pass ball,
Right.
but both runners advance on it.
She would have been out if they held on to it, though.
Would have been a close play.
Yeah, that was a tough slide by Garcia, taking out the third baseman.
Granieri.
And she'll walk. And the bases will be loaded with 1 out. And
Top of the
Olivia
order
Dunn,
coming up now, so
the pitcher.
danger time here for Putnam Valley. It's not what you want. You want to face the top of this Rhineck order with the bases juiced, 1 out.
So Dunn, who flew out to center after nearly getting a leadoff double in the
Bottom of the first, and the second pitch thrown by Emily McKenna gets a ball here.
that first at bat, and she had a high fly ball that was caught by Kiko Waters, which would be a sac fly if she can do that again. Now it's a 1-1 count to Dunn on the corner.
If you're done here, you're just looking for a pitch you can put some solid bat on, put it in play. There's a few good places to put it in play, get at least 1 run in here.
Fouled off, 1-2.
It's the pitch there, and she just missed it. So McKenna getting the sign from her underclassmen. As McKenna's an 8th grader, Alex Waters is a 9th grader, the catcher. And that one by Dunn is hit to the shortstop, who will come home with it. And a smart play by the catcher Waters just to hold it, showing maturity beyond her years, just a freshman. That was a really smart play. That was grounded to Allie Dick, who made the play. So that's a fielder's choice for Dunn. Counts as an out, so she's 0 for 2. And then 6-2 is how Alexa Garcia, so a 6-2 fielder's choice. Alexa Garcia is retired. So Yanuzzi hits a fly ball to the second baseman, and that'll end the inning with just the 1 run. So a great job by Emily McKenna to strand the bases loaded after loading them with 1 out, just allowing the 1 run to score. So it'll be 1-0 Rhinebeck after 2 here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Top of the 3rd, Rob Moretti here with Charlie McGraw. Top of the lineup for Putnam Valley coming up. It's Megan O'Leary. She swings and misses. O'Leary, a strikeout victim, her first time up.
One of the 4 swinging strikeout victims. All of the strikeouts coming swinging. Her, Granieri, Marrow, and the pitcher McKenna, all the strikeout victims. What was that called?
That was a foul ball. Hit the bat first, I think he said. It took a funny hop off Yanuzzi.
Well, it wasn't swinging. It was.
I think it just happened to hit
just
maybe
got
the knob
deflected
or
something. So it's 0-2 nonetheless.
it is 0-2. Said it hit the
Because
bat.
of that. But it wasn't a swinging foul ball. It was a deflected one.
0-2 from Dunn.
Wow.
Just outside, 1-2.
Consistently, that had been a strike.
Well, it happened to me once in Babe Ruth League. Pitch was coming at my face. I hit the deck. Pitch hit the bat. Foul ball.
Yeah, that happens a lot, and that's the unfortunate thing about that.
1-2.
Inside.
Inside, 2-2.
Yeah, that happened with Chase Headley. That game he got ejected, where he got hit, but it was foul, and he was talking to McCann about it, and the umpire ejected him because he said something to
Major League umpires
McCann.
getting really sensitive lately, huh?
Especially with the
This one
Yankees.
on the ground pass, Dunn. Garcia fields. Throw to first is wide and out of play. So O'Leary will reach on the E6 and be given second base to lead off the inning.
Wow, 2 errors already by Rhinebeck. Not characteristic of a #1 seed, as the Kiko Waters, who's up now, reached second on an E7 dropped by the designated fielder Lisa Bianco, and then now O'Leary on the a good throw would have had her. Throwing it wide was Garcia, so both because of the error, both players reached second after that.
See if the Tigers opt for a bunt here. They look like they will, but Waters pulls it back 1-0.
And with the only lefty in the game. And this
Did you catch that?
She didn't go back to the base?
Wow. How do you score that one?
What was that?
Well, I know in softball there's no leading off the base, so I guess between pitches, O'Leary didn't touch second.
So the coach Rena Finsmith called over Megan O'Leary to speak to her. So I think when you lead, you could lead, secondary lead after
You
the
can
pitch.
leave the base after the pitch.
But you have to go back and touch up, and she didn't touch the base after, so they called her out, which is something you rarely see. And
Hit towards left field. Bianco can't get there. It's a fair ball.
that cost them a run.
Waters to second, takes a turn, heads for third. Here's the throw. And it just gets away from Prudy and backing up.
She went on her own there too, as that's a triple. That's a tough play at left. You got to give that a triple, right?
Oh, definitely. No,
Yeah.
no error there.
But
Just a solid piece of hitting down the line.
So how do you score O'Leary just out?
I just wrote no lead and circled it. I don't really know.
Out. Illegal touching.
No touching.
Sure.
Out, not proper lead. Something you rarely mark.
Don't like to write that many letters in the score sheet.
But nonetheless, Susanna
It's one of the
Granieri.
more obscure calls. Here's Susanna Granieri.
Who knows what would have happened, but that cost them a run. Oh, the game should be tied.
That's strike one. And it's interesting, I was actually saying to someone before the game that when there's the extra umpire, you have a tendency to see more of the more obscure calls because they're seeing more things than they usually would. And right there, we see an example, something you don't see every day.
And Coach Rena Finsmith totally agreed, but she told her what she did wrong. She totally agreed with the umpire. So I guess she was getting a big lead on this after the pitch. You're allowed to lead. You have to make sure you go back. Like right now, we see the.
You have to be on the base when the pitch leaves the pitcher's hand.
Is Kiko Waters.
0-2 on Granieri, struck out her first time up. That one fouled off.
So it'll be an 0-2 count here. Right, yeah, because not touching up, but with the extra umpire, you see that.
Runner on third, one out. Rhinebeck up 1-0. Putnam Valley threatening to tie. This one fouled out of play again.
So when you can start that secondary lead in softball when
the ball leaves the pitcher's
when
hand.
the ball leaves the pitcher's hand. Right.
But after that,
After the ball is returned to Dunn, unless you're going to steal, you have to make sure you touch the base. And that's when Dunn went into it again. She didn't retouch, so that's what happened.
Off speed in the dirt, strike three. And we saw this the other day. Granieri reached on the drop third strike. Yesterday, actually, it was Magnus that pulled the same maneuver.
She's
Trying
safe.
to limit the run. They don't want to risk the throw down to first, and they just give her the base. Might be a little early. I think that was the fifth or sixth inning when that happened. Yeah.
strikeout, reached,
But that's not an error. It's just reaching on the third
Just
drop
reached in
strike.
a drop third strike.
reach on third, drop.
So we've seen it all just in this third inning with the non-touching up.
Out was O'Leary, and now reaching on the third, drop strike. So,
Yeah, since there was only a runner on third, if that first base was occupied, then she would have been out automatically. But
Fouled off. 0-2 on Allie Dick.
so that's the fifth strikeout of the game. One strikeout.
so if there's 2 more strikeouts, we'll see 3 strikeouts and an out recorded on a
Thing.
non-lead, retag lead. Because that one's fouled
Punch the other
off.
way foul.
Not properly retagging the base. And yes, that's an actual thing. It almost sounds made up, Rob, but
That's ball one.
It's a stolen base.
Yeah, Granieri moves up.
so a stolen base for Granieri.
So they just let her have it. And that one just missed inside. Interesting the way it was called, but nothing was called.
So 1-2 on Dick.
It's Yanuzzi
Calls for
called.
time.
Yanuzzi did.
Big spot in the game here in the third inning. Rhinebeck just took a 1-0 lead. Swing and a miss. 2 out.
Alex Waters, the catcher who singled, I think,
Yeah, single past Prudian.
in the last inning.
Freshman Waters. Base hit here, could drive in 2.
Three hits for Putnam Valley, including a single by Waters, single by Pierce, and the triple by the other Waters, Kiko, who's on third.
So you don't see that every day. 2 ninth graders and an 8th grader up the middle for Putnam Valley.
And the 2
Shot foul.
ninth graders, I believe, are twins, because the Waters, they're both freshmen. So yeah, your catcher and your center fielder are twin freshmen, and your pitcher is an 8th grader. And yeah, the Waters twins bat 2nd and 5th, and McKenna, not sure if it's because she's pitching or with his batting 9th. The 8th grader. That one fouled off.
1 and 2 on Waters. So Dunn now a strike away from working out of some trouble.
She looks to make this inning done.
Runners on 2nd and 3rd. 1-2 count with 2 out. 1-2 pitch. In the air, right side. Synctron chasing, and that is a foul ball.
Little hesitant there by Syntron. If she wasn't hesitant at first, it did look like it was going to be well out of her reach, but then she realized she had a shot at it. Luckily, it was in well foul territory, so it didn't matter whether it's dropped. That's a tough play anyway. It's not like if she gets a hit here, that's an error, because yeah, that was a tough catch. Although, didn't misjudge it a tad.
Here's another 1-2. Up the middle and through, base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. It's a 2-run single. The throw comes home. Waters down to 2nd. Safe.
Oh, that was a late throw into home.
So that's a base hit by the freshman Waters, 2 RBIs, and advancing to 2nd on the throw. No error, but advanced on throw home. 2 RBIs. So that drop third strike not throwing down really affects the inning. But it could be more if they didn't retouch error by O'Leary.
We've seen a little bit of everything this inning.
Yeah. But she scored the Susanna Granieri. She has 2 strikeouts, a stolen base, and a run scored.
You don't see that every day.
0 for 2. As Emma Longden will come up, she popped up. That ball just got through past Marissa Santoli.
If she diving attempt.
Right, if she was able to stop it, she could have kept the runner at 3rd. But instead it gets by her. And it's weird, as the throw came in from center, Jessica Santoli throws it in after the runner is well in. And then let the runner advance. Why not just flip it to 2nd? So, as now you have another runner in scoring position. Dunn was backing up there, I think, and she got the ball from 2nd as she looked a little razzled that she's
and they're going to check on her, have her throw a couple, and make sure everything's all right. That one looked good to me.
So we'll be right back here on LMC Varsity Sports.
So we're ready for some more softball. Here's Emma Longden. She takes a first pitch ball. 2 runs in this inning for Putnam Valley.
So on that play, after the throw home, and then Yanuzzi threw back down to 2nd, and they nearly got the runner, Alex Waters.
It looked like
this one a base hit to left field. Waters round, she's being sent. She will score. It's 3-1 Tigers.
A good job though on that throw by Lisa Bianco, because the run easily scored. Did Alex Waters. You don't throw it home and let her go to 2nd just like that, because
in the previous play, if you had held her to 2nd, you would only have 1st and 2nd right now,
not a run in. So that's an RBI single for Emma Longden. As we're seeing if the effects, because she was covering 2nd, was Olivia Dunn on that play. And when they went for the tag, because it got by the shortstop and 2nd baseman, so they were to the left of the play. It was kind of a crazy play there, and that's where Dunn, they had her warming up because she might have got hurt a little.
Well, it's the playoffs, so unless she's badly injured, she is going to tough it out. Rebecca Mara up to the plate, fouled the first pitch off, struck out last inning. Chops another one foul, 0-2.
There was a smart throw by Lisa Bianco just to throw it to second, even though it got by the shortstop, Garcia, but backing it up was the first baseman, cutoff man, Rodriguez, as they don't want to throw it home and let the player advance as Yanuzzi brings it back out. Still plenty of time here as the tie. If Rhinebeck can come answer back with a run or two of their own, as Rhinebeck will have Yanuzzi, Prudian, and Rodriguez, the heart of their lineup up. One of the best hitters in Section 1, Samantha Yanuzzi, fouled off.
Nice job by Mero there to stay alive. Will be another 1-2 from Dunn.
Wow.
Inside, 2-2.
Just inside.
Putnam Valley making some noise. They want more. Merrill wants time.
Some noise, a lot of noise.
Significant noise.
They're bringing the noise.
2-2, 2 out. And that hit her.
Wow. It's gone from bad to worse here for Rhinebeck and Olivia Dunn.
Come on, girls, let's go!
The inning that just will not end. Here's Pierce, 8th batter sent up to the plate by Putnam Valley. And she singled last inning.
And the 8th hitter as they started with the top of the order. Imagine if O'Leary didn't the tag, it would be a lot worse.
Right.
Didn't re-tag properly.
Or who knows, maybe the inning plays out completely differently. You'll never know.
It's the beauty,
Butterfly effect.
baseball and softball.
It's one towards third, it bounces in front of Prudian and rolls foul.
Before she touched it, which was good.
So just a dramatic strike. Owen won the count on Pierce. Shot back to Dunn, she's got it. Throw over to first. And finally, the end of the inning. 3 runs come across for Putnam Valley. On 3 hits. 2 left on base. 3-1, middle of the third. Bottom of the third, 3-4-5 due up for Rhinebeck. See what Yanuzzi can do. They ignited a rally in the 6th inning yesterday with a bomb double. First pitch strike from McKenna.
Near home run. Just hit the top of the yellow. Which you rarely see being that close. She had an RBI single. Ripped it past Granieri, the third baseman.
Count 1-1 on Yanuzzi. She's 1 for 1.
She'll be followed by Prudian and then Rodriguez.
This one chopped towards third. Fielded cleanly, throw to first in time. Perfect throw from Granieri for the first out.
So Granieri was ready for that one as the one got by her, although it was a very tough play on the first inning that Yanuzzi hit. And Prudian will come up after grounding out to the pitcher, Emily McKenna, in the first inning.
McKenna's first pitch to Prudian, hit into right center field. Converging and making the catch is the right fielder, Pierce. As Kiko Waters had to dodge her out there.
But she cut off right in front of her. That's a tough play for
for Pierce to make the play with your center fielder running right in front of you.
You gotta have faith she's not gonna hit you.
Right, at least she got out of the way, but the way she cut in front of her.
It was a good play by Pierce. So
Two quick outs.
It looked like it might have tailed over her, but Pierce was able to make the catch. And there's two, as Rob said, 2 quick outs on 4 pitches. I think 3 pitch at bat to Yanuzzi, and it's the 5th pitch is a strike right down the middle to Rodriguez, who walked and scored the only Rhineck run of the game after leading off the 2nd inning.
Count 1-1 on Rodriguez.
She gets on Alexa Garcia, who had a base hit, will be up next.
2-1, and Rodriguez does have power. Hit a couple of home runs this year.
You just need base runners. This is just the 3rd inning, bottom of the 3rd. It's
2
still
outs.
3-1.
2-1 pitch is hit over short. It's a base hit.
Not the power, but that'll get it done. I mean, it was a
Pull as the tall shortstop Allie Dick nearly brought it in, but was unable to, and it'll be Garcia will be up again like she was in the 1st inning with the runner on base, but that was with no outs. This is with 2 outs. So we'll see what the shortstop Garcia can do.
she made an error last game that's put on
Putnam Valley Megan O'Leary, but then she was retired.
so she didn't tag lead properly.
Basically, didn't go back to the base.
0-1 on Garcia. She's gonna hit it in the air to the right side. No man's land. It is fair ball. They're sending her home. Throw came into second. Rodriguez scores. It's 3-2.
So that's an RBI bloop double for Alexa Garcia, and heads up base running by Elisa Rodriguez, and great coaching by Joan Spadafino sends home the down by 1 run to make it 3-2 as Alexa Garcia, as inexcusably they threw it into second to the right fielder Jessica Pierce, although if it was a better throw they might have had a play on Garcia. That was a tough play, but while that happened the ball bounced to second. Going into score was Rodriguez as the throw was late to home as Rodriguez beat it home. So she has the only 2 runs scored for the Panthers as they lead here as they trail here 3-2 now.
Here's Straza, who drove in Rodriguez her first time up. This time a ground ball to short, hit slowly. Throw on to first is in, plenty of time by Dick to end the inning. But Rhineck with a little 2-out rally, single and a double. And they cut it to 3-2. We're through 3 in the Class B semifinals. Top half of the 4th, 9-1-2 due up for Putnam Valley. The pitcher Emily McKenna against Dunn. She ropes one past second, a base hit.
Good job, Don!
And Dunn backing up the throw. Saves what could have been further trouble for Rhineck here. Putnam Valley, Charlie, they're putting the bat on the ball.
Yeah, the 8th grader there. Pitcher Emily McKenna ripping.
Not only is she an 8th grader, but I think, she's safe to say the smallest starter on the field
for other team. Ripping that one up the middle past the second baseman, Santoli, for a clear base hit. And
O'Leary shows bunt, wild pitch. And McKenna moves up to second.
Of course, if O'Leary gets on base, I'm sure she'll
tag up on the lead, make sure she'll re-tag the base.
She's leading.
O'Leary wants to make up for the mental mistake.
But that's what the bunt did there at advance. Let's see if it's on here again. You square and it showed showing the
Rhineck
bunt.
fielders aren't very far in.
They were.
Prudian's asking where she should play.
I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, infield is back. So O'Leary, if she wants the bunt, they'll give it to her. She swings and misses. Count 1-1. So Dunn trying to power through this.
Thing is, you don't want to drop third strike. Well,
Runner on second, I think you throw down. That one low, 2-2. Full count. O'Leary is 0 for 2, a walk, and reached on an error. Sorry, strikeout. Did I say walk? That was not accurate. Struck out to lead off the game. And here she walks.
predicting the future by Rob.
You said 0 for 2 with a walk, which she is now.
Maybe I should go to Vegas this summer.
So it'll be first and second. Kiko Watson, who reached on an error by the left fielder Lisa Bianco in the first, then tripled and scored the first Putnam Valley run of the game.
Comes up. And
Two on and none out. See if the bunt's on. Or if Waters, the two-hitter, just takes a hack. She does bunt foul. Waters tripled her last time up, scored the first run for Putnam Valley. Oh, 1 pitch, see if the bunt's on again. It's not, it's a swing and a miss. And Dunn up 0-2, still looking for the inning's first out. Oh, 2 pitch, swing and a miss. Seventh strikeout for Dunn. Brings up Susanna Granieri, who reached on a drop third strike.
And then stole second on an uncontested
She had
throw.
a very eventful at bat, we'll say.
and then scored.
Yanuzzi and Dunn talking it over.
And it wasn't
Situation is runners on first and second, 1 out.
It wasn't really a drop third strike. It also hit the dirt and then went into Yanuzzi's glove, and
Right.
they didn't want to throw it down
Because the runner on third was Kiko Waters. But she wound up scoring anyway, so
I mean, it was, at that point it was
rule book,
1-0.
by the rule book, I think it's an uncaught third strike. But
Right? No, but I'm saying
colloquially, drop third
they
strike.
probably should have thrown it down because Waters wound up scoring anyway, and that, especially when you
Well,
figure.
what do we say about predicting the future, Charlie?
yeah, but you didn't know that Granieri was going to come around and score off of that third strike, but you
Just
know.
playing your percentages, taking the chances you think will work in your favor. 1-0 on Granieri. 2-0.
Just missed.
It's a hair outside.
Granieri, the 3-hitter, third baseman.
Two-0 pitch. Fouled off, 2-1.
Even if she puts it right down the middle, they're having.
I mean, their hits are just dropping. Like the one Waters hit was off the.
Bianco just missed it, and they've made a couple errors too. But
you gotta throw strikes. She has
Popped up behind the plate, out of play.
7 strikeouts now. Coming into this inning, averaging 2 an inning with a 6.
and now 7.
So from 2-0 to 2-2. Dunn trying to put Granieri away. Rolled it up there. Nice stop by Yanuzzi. The count full.
Newsy's done a good job blocking pitches behind the plate and not letting them get past her. As it's McKenna on second after reaching on the single.
Swing and a miss. So 2 straight strikeouts by Dunn. Here's the cleanup hitter, Allie Dick.
Last inning they had back-to-back strikeouts, Granieri and Dick. Now you're looking for back-to-back with Waters, Granieri, and Dick. With first and second, as I was saying, on first is O'Leary. And
Throw
on
down to third. She's out. So McKenna nailed by Yanuzzi trying to take third. That gets them out of the inning. Score remains 3-2. Bottom of the fourth coming up next. Mary Cintron up to the plate. Panthers trailing by 1. And ball 1 comes in from Emily McKenna.
And that sun starts to peek out here, Rob.
Come on, man. Let's go.
1-1 on Cintron. Off-speed pitch got her out in front. Good use of that pitch by McKenna. Count 1-2. Went for it again. This time Cintron got a piece. Those back-to-back changeups, they either work incredibly well or incredibly poorly.
Cintron's
1-2 pitch. Tried it again, 2-2.
Cintron's a good baseball name, former major leaguer Alex Cintron.
2-2 on the Panther right fielder. Count goes full.
good take there by Mary Cintron as she really tracked it in and saw it low. But the Panthers they scored the first run of the game in the second, then last inning in the third they had a run. And but Putnam Valley had that 3-run inning in the third. As it's 3-1. So that's a good walk by Cintron.
Third walk of the game issued by McKenna. Leadoff runner on for Rhinebeck. Here's Marissa Santoli, the 9-hitter. And we'll see if Rhinebeck puts anything on.
As opposed to Olivia Dunn just has the one walk that she issued last inning. It's Marissa Santoli with the 9-hitter. Santoli up, and down 3-2. Man on first. I would say it's a bunting opportunity here.
Infield is in, bunt is pulled back, it's ball one.
They're way in.
Waters was actually up to try to throw down and get Cintron, but nobody covering first.
Second baseman came too late, did Megan O'Leary. But she's already on, she was walked and stranded at second.
This time she offered at it, 1-1.
Could have been a ball too, Rob.
Looked like a little breaking pitch there from McKenna. Took a turn away from Santoli, so hard to pull that one back. The 1-1, bunted foul. So with 2 strikes, good chance that bunt is off.
Form there where the bunting was not the technique you wanted. She was a little stiff when she turned. A little more action. The 9-hitter Santoli here.
1-2 from McKenna in the dirt, 2-2.
Not to jinx it, but the soft throwing Emily McKenna without a strikeout so far here in the fourth.
2-2. In the air left field, that will land foul.
Just foul. It wasn't as close as the one Dunn hit in the first inning, but it was about a 1.5 2 feet foul.
So we'll do it again, 2-2. Santoli worked a walk in her first at bat. 2-2 pitch. In the air, shallow center, coming in Waters. 1 out. That'll turn the lineup over for Rhinebeck. Here's Olivia Dunn.
Usually throws a juicy strike, does McKenna, in the early part of the at-bat. Either the first, second, or maybe even the third pitch. And
That's the one you got to be swinging at, especially now when she's up 1-0 on that bouncer.
we've seen both catchers play well. The freshman Waters has had some good stops there, as that stopped Cintron from advancing on the wild pitch on the nice block by Alex Waters.
1-0 pitch. That's across for a strike.
That could have been the pitch, but maybe not the best one to drive, but close enough.
One on the ground toward third, fielded cleanly, throw to second, that's all they'll get. So Dunn reaches for on a fielder's choice for the second straight time. And here's Jessica Santoli. Ball one. That one across for a strike, 1-1. Santoli's flown out to second base twice.
First one was like a line out.
In the air either way. 1-1 pitch. Tapped foul, hit her in the box. So 1-2. McKenna a strike away from putting up a 0. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2.
Good try by McKenna, but Santoli, the two-hitter, wasn't biting. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth with Dunn on first.
And Yanuzzi on deck. You want to get her to bat with,
Especially if you can walk or get a base hit if you're Santoli, because you're 3-hitter and the most power on your team. As Rob mentioned a couple times, with nearly homering yesterday was Yanuzzi.
so she can definitely. You want her on base. I mean, you want her up with runners on base.
Do another 2-2. On the ground, fair ball down the line. Dunn coming to third. It's a double for Santoli. And here comes Sam Yanuzzi with 2 on and 2 out.
Just fair.
Right over the bag.
Fair, and that's where that 3 umpires helps with the home umpires, the way they were stationed, called it. So Yanuzzi will come up in the second and third.
If I'm Putnam Valley, I walk her.
I would intentionally walk her and bring up Prudian, who's flew to right and
Grounded to the pitcher. Doesn't look like they'll intentionally walk her, but they might unintentionally, intentionally walk her. Where you pitch around her. Wow. That's, and I'm Yanuzzi. I don't know how you let that pitch go. That was right there.
they did not pitch around her on that pitch.
So 0-1 on Yanuzzi. Up the middle. They have to work at the play at first. Out. Close play at first. They call Yanuzzi out. That keeps the run off the board. Score remains 3-2 at the end of 4. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Putnam Valley here. Fired in strike by Dunn, one of her hottest fastballs of the day. Allie Dick is 0 for 2.
What do we call that in the pregame? The smoke?
That was some of the smoke.
Some of the smoke?
That was some high smoke. 1-1.
It's like shots off of Aaron Judge's bat. They produce smoke. As
1-1. On the corner for a strike.
As Dick was up when, after the first pitch to her, I think was a strike, yeah, in the last inning, she, Emily McKenna, the pitcher, was caught stealing at third on a throw by Samantha Yanuzzi to Alana Prudian that got McKenna by about 6 feet.
This one tapped in front of the plate. Dunn's gonna play it. Throw to first. Safe. Infield single for Dick. Just a perfectly hit ball in the right spot, Charlie.
Yeah, that was a hit. I guess Yanuzzi was catching too deep, but usually sometimes
She could have played that, but instead it's fielded by Dunn, and she was
pretty quick off the mound, but not quick enough as Dick got there.
Alex Waters comes up, and she's been hot at the plate. 2 for 2, 2 RBIs.
2 of the 3 RBIs for them.
Throw back to first. Safe.
And she scored on a run.
First pitch to Waters was a strike.
She scored a run. She has 2 singles, 2 for 2, 2 RBIs, 2 singles, and a run scored. For Alex Waters, the catcher. And she's played a good game behind home plate. Her and her twin sister, Kiko Waters has a hit as well, 1 for 3. The triple and a run scored.
1-1 on Alex Waters. Rhineck, 9 outs left to try to tie this game. Right now, trying to keep it a 1-run game at 3-2. Fouled off. Count goes to 1-2 on Waters.
So the Panthers will have 4, 5, 6. Alana Prudian, Elisa Rodriguez, and Alexa Garcia.
It's a lead off the bottom of the 5th.
1-2 from Dunn. Popped up. Rodriguez able to hang on for the first out.
Barely, but she's able to.
And she was kind of had to avoid the base there. Was in her path. Skipped around it, kept her eye on the ball, and made the basket catch.
First base coach was out of the way easily, Stefan Niemczyk, but he was out of the way easy, so you didn't have to compete with him or anything.
So that puts a runner on first and 1 out now for Emma Longden. First pitch of ball. On the ground and through for a hit. Dick holds up. So first and second with 1 out.
That almost hit Dick. It just got by her. She would have been out, but instead it's just misses her.
I don't know why they threw to first there.
She was easily safe, but luckily Dick wasn't able to advance to third as Rodriguez had it and could have thrown her out.
So 2 on, 1 out. Here's Rebecca Marrow. Pop foul, out of play.
It's Longden's second hit of the game. She's now 2 for 3 with an RBI. Second and third, Longden at first, Dick at second, and Morrow at first as Alex Waters was retired for the first time today, popping up to Rodriguez.
Morrow fouls that one back to the backstop.
She's 0 for 1 with a painful way to reach as she was hit by a pitch in her last at-bat. They now have, Putnam Valley now has 8 hits, because they have 2 in this inning, 2 in the second, 3 in the third when they scored their 3 runs, and 1 in the...
Called strike 3!
First strikeout for Dunn of the looking variety, Rob.
I'm sure she'll take either type. Here's Jessica Pierce now, 2 on, 2 out.
Strikeout number 9, huh? She had 8 yesterday, you said, already passed that.
It's in softball with the motion, you can pitch in back-to-back games easily.
As we think, have to double check, but I think
McKenna pitched yesterday too.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, with the way the motion is, they have to. There's nobody else is listed as pitcher on Rhinex roster.
No one's listed. I know Rodriguez can pitch. She's done some pitching. But Dunn is the number 1 for sure. Oh, 1 hit on the ground towards third. Prudian has a force and takes it for the 3rd out. So we're through 4.5. Rhineck trailing 3-2. They'll get the bats back in their hands next. So up steps Alana Prudian. 0 for 2 to this point. And a shot hit to right center field coming on Waters. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Waters has looked good not only at the plate, as she has, she's done well at the plate with the triple, and as she reached on an error, but she's manned center field very well and made a nice play there. Look easy as calling off Jessica Pierce. Her and Pierce communicated well on balls. So that's her, I think, third play she's made in the outfield, 3rd put out. Pierce has made 1.
First pitch strike to Alicia Rodriguez. She's scored both Rhineck runs to this point on a walk and a single. A leadoff walk and a 2-out single. One and 1.
They really need a base runner here, Rob, with Rodriguez, and she's got it on base twice.
If you're Rhineck, the one thing that really plays to your benefit here is they haven't struck out yet. They're putting the ball in play. You have to have high hopes if you can do that, as that one's fouled off the end of the bat.
As Rodriguez has walked, scored a run, and singled and scored a run, the only 2 Rhineck runs.
One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. Just outside, 2-2.
Alexa Garcia will be next, and if one of them gets on, it'll be Jamie Straza, the designated player. Garcia.
High in the air to left. Coming on is Longden. Off the glove! Rodriguez heads for second. It's an E7.
Second error by a left fielder today. First one made by Putnam Valley. First error by Putnam Valley, as that one was dropped by Emma Longden. And Alexa Garcia getting on base for the 3rd time was Elisa Rodriguez, but Alexa Garcia is 2 for 2.
Garcia in the air to left. Longden coming on for this one. It's a fair ball. Coming home is Rodriguez. It's an RBI double for Garcia. We're tied at 3.
That hit the line, Rob. That hit the line and was fair by an inch. They had 2 other balls that were fouled by 2 feet, one by about 6 inches, the other by 2 feet, and then that one chalked the line, and that's the advantage of having the 3 umpires, as the umpire was right on it and called it fair. As that 3 for 3 now, with her second RBI is Alexa Garcia, and she's on second with the go-ahead run.
Straza swing and a miss.
It was a home run swing, but the error is the big play in left by Longden went off her glove.
Unearned run. But a run nonetheless ties up the game. 0-2 on Straza. Trying to keep the party going.
Go, come on, Jenny. Contact.
Straza 1 for 2, RBI single in the second. First RBI for Rhinebeck, and
Chased a high pitch and caught by the first baseman Morrow.
Mary Cintron will come up. She's 0 for 1 with a walk, and she popped up to short. She's also the 8 hitter, but nonetheless, we have a tied game now.
Cintron 0 for 1 with a walk.
Come on, face it. Come on, man.
Strike one. Swing and a miss. So 0-2 now. McKenna still without a strikeout.
She's throwing a lot of off-speed stuff and slow.
Inducing
Like we
a
saw
fair amount of weak contact.
in the Mamaroneck-New Rochelle game that we had over this weekend.
On the ground towards short, fielded by Dick, throw to first, and that'll do it for the inning. But Rhinebeck comes across with a game-tying third run. We're through 5, all tied up in the Class B semifinals. We'll be right back.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, following the run in the last inning, 1 run by Rhinebeck to tie it at 3. Alongside Rob Moretti, I'm Charlie McGraw. It is the top of the 6th, 9-1-2, Emily McKenna, single, caught stealing, 1 for 2. Advanced to second on wild pitch and caught stealing third was McKenna, the pitcher, for Putnam Valley. And it'll be, she made the third out of the inning at third. So that's a no-no in softball or baseball. As Rob updates his tweets to his followers.
Got to give the people what they want. They want score updates.
So McKenna's up, has done. Strike. 1-2. Just up. High.
It's probably a strike to the other 8 hitters in the lineup, but as we've said earlier, McKenna a bit shorter of stature as an 8th grader, so her strike zone's a little smaller.
As it should be.
That's how it works.
She rips one up the middle, but right at Dunn, and she makes the play, 1 away, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Megan O'Leary, who is 0 for 2 with a walk in the 4th and reached on an error and then was out after she didn't properly tag back to second. Basically an illegal lead.
Sure. However, I'm sure there's an official term for that in the rule book, and I just don't know it.
It's one of 9 strikeout victims, too, as she struck out to start the game for Dunn. As Dunn had 8 yesterday, but 9 today. Here in the 6th inning with 1 out and a 3-3 tie with Rhinebeck. Marissa Santelli will lead off the next inning and be followed by Olivia Dunn and Jessica Santelli. As that one is played by Prudian. Alana Prudian throws out Megan O'Leary, and it is a quick 2 outs.
Way to go, kid. One more.
So that'll bring up the two-hitter Kika Waters, tripled in the 3rd, only triple in the game, struck out swinging, and reached on an error on the 2nd play of the game by Lisa Bianco, the left fielder, who's just playing left, not hitting. And that one swung on and missed to strike 1 as Dunn powers it by her.
So far, Charlie, this is the cleanest inning Dunn has had so far. Hasn't set the first 2 batters down in any inning yet. So already, best start to an inning today here in the 6th.
The first inning, she only faced 4 batters and had 2 strikeouts, but it was an error, so it would have been an unerror.
Right.
I think what's one of the runs is unearned, is that's a ball, I think, because Garcia let O'Leary. Oh no, actually, but that didn't matter because she was out on that.
Right.
So they're all earned runs, right? For her?
I believe so. Not sure about that drop third strike runner that reached. That might go in the books as an error. That's
Yeah, I think it does.
I think it's an E2.
So maybe 1 run. Yeah. And that one is ripped towards the outfielder and misplaying. It was the center fielder, Jessica Santoli. It'll go past and picked up by the left fielder and thrown in quickly.
Actually picked up by Santoli after she misplayed it, as it split her and Bianco, but that'll be a double for Kiko Waters, and she now has a double and a triple and is 2 for 4, as this is her 3rd time on base. So that's a hit, but that's a split of a hit by the lefty Waters. She's been impressive at the plate. So that'll bring up the 3-hitter, Susanna Granieri. She reached on a drop third strike, the one Rob was talking about, and struck out. She actually has the hat trick already, 3 strikeouts and a stolen base and a run scored. So she scored a run even though she struck out in the 3rd. Reaching on
Basically,
that.
she's had an incredibly productive day for striking out 3 times.
Well, yeah, because without her, it wouldn't be a tied game. But Rhinebeck basically let her take that, as they didn't want the runner to score, who eventually scored anyway, which was Kiko Waters after she tripled. So one could say that they probably should have thrown it to first. I mean, after everything happened, it's easy to say that, but
Hindsight 2020.
right. Yeah, we can't all predict the future like you, Rob. Before
Giving the girl a walk, and then she got one.
Trust me, Charlie, if I was that good at it, I would not be doing this.
What's wrong with doing what you're doing?
Well, maybe for fun, but I'd be filthy rich on,
Psychic?
Psychic or Vegas or something like that. A lot of ways to make Back to the Future,
So that one is dribbled to second. Mary Santoli with the throw, and she's out.
So it'll be a 1 hit and 1 left on. End of 5.5. 3-3 here at Rhinebeck. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside
Rob Moretti, cameraman Noah Velasquez, Jeff Ratto, and Sean Kelly. I'm Troy McGraw.
Here on LMC Varsity Sports. First pitch strike to Marissa Santoli, bottom of the 6th, and it's a 3-3 game.
Let's get around crunch time, Rob. As that one is hit up by Marissa Santoli,
And the second baseman, Megan O'Leary, will make the catch for a quick out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out for the Tigers pitcher, Emily McKenna.
This is the kind of game baseball and softball fans live for. If you don't like this, you're watching the wrong sport. Close game, playoff. It's really, with the single elimination in high school, every game is a game 7.
Back to the top of the order, and Olivia Dunn, the pitcher, co-captain, junior.
and that's a base hit by Olivia Dunn.
So she helps herself with a base hit. She got in on base. That's her first hit of the game. But she's now 1 for 4, but she reached base on 2 fielder's choice.
Fielder's choice, though, that doesn't put up your on OBP.
No.
Because it counts as an out,
Right,
even though you're on base. The only thing it can help is if you steal a base or score a run.
right.
That's a strike to the 2-hitter.
Santoli, that is Jessica Santoli. She is 1 for 3. She had a double in the 4th.
And flew out and lined out to second.
In the 1st and 2nd. So 1 out. Olivia Dunn on first. Jessica Santoli at the plate, and Sam Yanuzzi on deck. Fouled off.
High, just missed. Putnam Valley didn't like that call, but just missed.
Well, he's been consistent. That pitch has been a ball all afternoon.
Come on, Jess. Good eye, Dave. Good eye.
Full count here with 1 out. We'll see if they put Dunn in motion, try to get something started.
And that's a base hit by Santoli. Dunn will stay though.
So she'll just advance to second, and Samantha Yanuzzi, the Panthers' best hitter, will come up to the plate. She has a base hit, and then she grounded out to third and grounded out to second on a ball that she nearly beat in the fourth.
So Yanuzzi, I have a chat with Coach.
This is a big spot in the game here. Obviously, 2 on, 1 out, tie game in the 6th sectional semifinals, and Yanuzzi, the Panthers' top bat. And Coach Spadafino here probably was trying to get her refocused. Yanuzzi home run power, but base hit here does just fine. Maybe telling her just worry about putting it in play, don't put it over the fence.
So the pitch to Yanuzzi is high, ball 1.
1-0. You want her to do it though, as Prudian's been close, but she's flew out twice, so she's on deck 0 for 3. Flew out to center, left, center, right, and grounded out to third. Prudian, who's on deck. Again, Yanuzzi 1 for 3 with a single and 2 groundouts, and takes a pitch there just low, but on the corner for strike 1. 1-1.
The pitch from McKenna is foul, just foul.
Right on top of it was the third base umpire, and that's the right call. And it's still, now it's 1-2.
Well, this is where McKenna wants to be, up in the count, 1-2 on Yanuzzi. Problem is, no strikeouts today for McKenna, so where do you want her to put it?
How about a time for a strikeout right now? For your first strikeout.
It would be quite a time for the first strikeout. Really difficult. Pitching to contact can work, but situations like this, you really don't want the ball put in play.
Especially the way Yanuzzi hits. And that one is foul again, third.
Much easier call than the last one.
As the pitch to Yanuzzi will be popped up. It's on the outfield grass. The second tagging up is Dunn. Smart play by Dunn.
And it'll be an F04, but advancing to third was
Dunn.
So it's on the outfield grass, and she's able to make the good judgment read by Dunn. As going back with the momentum was Megan O'Leary, and that's a tough play to throw to third, and the bouncer wasn't even close. So it'll be first and third. Jessica Santoli at first. Olivia Dunn at third.
Sacrifice.
That's not a sacrifice though,
It is,
because
it's a sac fly.
no, it's not. A sacrifice fly is only when they score.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Sacrifice moves up the runner.
No, look it up. It's not.
I guarantee you. The sacrifice fly is only when they move up.
Yeah. No, it's only when they score. It is.
Take yours here.
And that'll be up the middle, base hit. Prudy with their first hit of the day, and it's an RBI single.
And Rhinebeck will take a 4-3 lead as Olivia Dunn scores, and advancing to third was Jessica Santoli. So an RBI single for Alana Prudy in her first hit of the day, and Rhinebeck now leads 4-3 with 2 outs here in the 6th and runners on first and third.
This team loves the 6th inning, don't they? A 3-run rally yesterday, tied at 1 to win 4-1.
And that one will be hit to Dick at short, and Dick will throw across the diamond, just out. And that'll end the inning. So Garcia can't get her third hit of the day. Actually, Rodriguez was looking for her second hit, and instead she's out, but 1 run on 2 hits and 3 hits and no errors and 2 left on. End of 6, 4-3 Rhinebeck. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Rob Moretti, I'm Charlie McGraw. Playing left now. Actually, she started playing left last inning. At least was Carissa Peccia, JV call-up. Came in defensively for Lisa Bianco. And they'll have 4. Excuse me. They will have 4, 5, 6. Dick, who made the last out in the field, will come up, and she's 1 for 3 with a base hit, as Dunn's first pitch is a ball, as Rhinebeck leads 4-3. And
3 outs away from a win is Rhinebeck, but no clean innings for Dunn. So if you're Putnam Valley, still got to have your confidence that might be able to scratch one across here.
As that's a strike from Dunn. She's almost at the 2-hour mark. We started a little before 4:30, about 4:25. What's that Mamaroneck score, Rob?
They're down 4-1 going to the 7th. I don't know.
But in better news, according to baseballreference.com, no sacrifice fly is credited, as that Dick has a single, her second of the day, and Allie Dick with back-to-back singles, as she had a single in the 5th inning. So she is 2 for 4 now with a strikeout, a ground out to second, and 2 singles. But according to Baseball Reference, no sacrifice fly is credited if a base runner advances 1 or more bases as a result of a fly ball that is caught but does not score. So I was right. And Rob admits it.
Charlie was right. I'm amazed how long I've been wrong about that.
I thought that was the case
for
too.
almost 20 years now.
I thought that was the case, but I learned it. As that one's chopped to Garcia at short, she goes for the shore out and flips it.
So that'll be a fielder's choice. Retired is Dick at second, 6-4, but there's still a runner on first, and that'll be Alex Waters, who is now 2 for 4 on base for the 3rd time today.
That's a good play there, too, by Garcia. You get the lead runner. A base hit doesn't necessarily score a tying run now. Keeps things a little bit easier here for Rhinebeck.
And it was close, but she definitely got Dick.
And that was the sure play, the way
She went.
So that'll bring up Emma Longden, who made an error that allowed the game to tie in the 5th, as that's what tied the game up on the error where Alyssa Rodriguez hit it to left, and she dropped it and she got to second and then scored on the RBI by Garcia.
It's also 2 for 3 today.
With 2 for 3 with 2 singles and an RBI. And a 2-1 count now on her. Popped up to the catcher. Actually, that was on a bunt attempt where she popped up to the catcher in the 2nd.
And that one is grounded to Garcia, and she boots it.
So it goes through Garcia, but she keeps it in front of her, keeping the runners there, but that's an E6. And it'll be first and second error of the day for Alexa Garcia. And she misplayed it after making a nice play to get the lead runner.
And it really looked like the exact same play, as we have a pinch runner at first base for Longden. It's Sydney Rottenkolber coming in.
That's the go-ahead run. Rottenkolber, that's Rottenkolber, as Coach Spadafino comes to the mound. So she'll pinch run for Longden at first. The senior gets some more speed for the go-ahead run with one out, and Alex Waters, the catcher, though, will stay in at first. No, stay in on the bases at second. So usually the catcher might not be the faster, he might run for her, but instead.
So it's Rebecca Morrow up to the plate. She's 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch, couple of strikeouts. Wait, pinch hitter, excuse me. This is Sophia Lord. Pinch hitting for Morrow.
Some spot to come in the pinch hit.
No pressure.
Good pitch by Dunn.
Lord, a sophomore.
Marrow was at first.
You do get one re-entry, so if they do tie it up, she can come back in for defense.
Was that pitch, which looked like it would have been a ball, was fouled back for strike 2. 0-2. So Dunn's pitch to Lord, right down the middle, strike 3. Second time looking via the strikeout that Dunn gets, and it was the last strikeout she had, and it was against Morrow in that batter spot. So that's interesting.
It's a good time for strikeout number 10.
And Jessica Pierce will come up. She's 1 for 3, grounded out to third, unassisted Prudian stepped on the bag to end the inning, grounded back to Dunn, and she singled. So Jessica Pierce.
So she's put the ball in play all 3 times.
Senior right fielder. And a catcher 2 in the right. She just the 1. Put out. Catch as the pitch. 0-1 will be swung on and missed. 0-2. Olivia Dunn looking for strikeout number 11 to end the day. But as Rob said, Jessica Pierce has put the ball in play in all of her at-bats. See if she can do that again in this spot. The pitch will be fouled. Staying alive is Pierce getting a piece of it.
So it's a changeup.
It's not easy to do. And she did hit the top of the ball, that's why it tapped foul. And it looks like Yanuzzi wants to chat about the next 0-2 pitch with Dunn.
(4-3), first and second. Alex Waters on second after reaching on the fielder's choice. So Allie Dix started the inning with a base hit. It was retired at second on the play by Garcia. Then Emma Longden reached on an error. She's pinch run for, and that's Stacy Rottenkolber, who's at first, pinch running for Emma Longden, as Sophia Lord, the pinch hitter, was retired on a strikeout, number 10 of the day. And now Jessica Pierce, who's 1 for 3, as Yanuzzi's back to behind the plate, and the pitch will be out of the zone. 1-2 now.
Dunn going to try for the chase there, and Pierce enough discipline to let that one go by.
And that one fouled off. Good job by Pierce. 2 foul at-bat to stay alive, as she did that when
It
I
was 0-2. So the 5th pitch of the at-bat, actually 6th pitch because she fouled 2 back, and it's 1-2. So the 6th pitch coming.
here to Pierce from Dunn. Dunn gets the pitch and foul pop-up towards first. Alicia Rodriguez under it, and she makes the catch in foul territory as the Panthers will head to the sectional finals, and they'll play the winner of Westlake or Valhalla, as Rodriguez made the final out and Putnam Valley's season comes to an end. They'll finish the year 13-8. Rhinebeck is now 20-2. And a good game, Rob, here in the semis.
Oh, fantastic game. Rhinebeck having to come back down 3-1 after that big inning that Putnam Valley had in the third. Never giving up and getting it done at the end.
And we'll be right back with the post-game interviews and analysis here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Back here on the post-game show with Alexa Garcia. And Alexa, you had the tying hit there in the 5th inning. Tell me about that at bat.
Well, I just used the same mechanics that I was using the whole season, and I followed through.
And it was a very close game there, tense moments throughout. How were you guys able to keep your composure?
We had some mistakes today, but we stayed in as a team and we kept our composure.
And a great game by Olivia Dunn, too. She
Yes,
really
of course.
carried you after some adversity there. That was good.
Of course.
Back here with catchers Samantha Yanuzzi and Sam. That was a good game for you guys. Catching Olivia Dunn, she had a good game today, but she was in trouble a lot. What was the key to get out of that trouble?
You know, when she was really in trouble, she hit her spot, she calmed down, and we have a great defense behind us to keep everybody composed. So she did a great job mixing up her pitches.
And with a team with few seniors, you're a junior captain. Tell me what it's been like to be a leader of a great team this year.
Well, it's great. Everybody has a lot of experience, and we're growing with every practice, every game, and we can't wait for Saturday. Great bunch of people.
Back on the post-game show now with Panthers coach Joan Spedafino. Coach, a great win. Tell me about that comeback. You're down 3-1, end up winning 4-3.
Well, you know, we made a lot of errors today, which we usually don't do, and so the girls got a little down, but they, you know, always maintain their focus. And you know, I said to them, one run at a time. So you know, that's what happened. We strung some stuff together.
Olivia looked good today, especially maybe getting in jams, but also getting out of a lot of jams. Tell me about how good she looked today doing all that.
Oh, well, you know, Olivia is amazing. She's very composed. You can't tell if she's happy or sad, so she's so focused. And she was hitting her spots, and you know, she kept us in the game.
Just found out Valhalla's coming up next for you in the final, as it seems to almost every time. They did beat you once this year in a good game. How do you make it different this time?
We just, you know, no errors. We just got to play our game, hit the ball, and you know, hope for the best. But these girls have worked really hard, and I'm looking forward to Saturday.
Back here on the postgame show alongside Rob Moretti and Rod. That was a good game, 4-3 comeback. Rhinebeck was down 3-1, and it was tight there, and it looked pretty nerve-wracking game.
Yeah, and it wasn't like yesterday where they got 3 runs in one big chunk. It was chipping away, score a run, cut it, tie the game, get the rally to go and take the lead. And I think that's going to serve them well in the section final. If they do end up getting behind, they know that they can put a rally together or two and can get some runs and come back in a game. It's always good for a team to know they can come back.
Yeah, they had 4 runs. The 4 runs they scored were all in different innings. The 5th, the 6th, and before that I think it was the 1st and the 3rd. But anyway, they punched them out and they did a good job. Olivia Dunn, even though she was in a lot of trouble, she pitched well too, 11 strikeouts. And the defense, as Coach said, was a little shaky, but they were able to overcome their errors and they didn't really cost them too many runs.
That's right. And you know what? Saturday's just as big of a game as today was, and now they have that experience, so maybe they'll be a bit calmer next time out, knowing that they can persevere. I think this game does a lot, even with the errors they made, to help the team's confidence going into Saturday.
And that'll do it from here. Final score was Rhinebeck 4, Putnam Valley 3, and Rhinebeck will advance to play Valhalla in the sectional final on Saturday. A lot of people to thank: the CEO, Eric Lewis, COO, Matt Sullivan, community sports producer is Mr. Rob Moretti, to our camera crew who did a good job today: Noah Velasquez, Sean Kelly, and Jeff Raddo. Once again, for Rob Moretti, I'm Troy McGraw saying thanks so much for watching, and you have a great evening.